Welcome to Small Talk. My name is David Shaw. Before we moved to Reading, my wife oversaw the work of a large volunteer centre. And as a consequence, probably over a meal, my wife would tell me some of the amazing things that these volunteers did. There were people who drove people to hospital appointments, often going that extra mile. Not only collecting them from their door and delivering them to the hospital, but then taking them into the hospital and helping them find the place where they needed to be. And then there were people who helped others change their hearing aid batteries. Hearing aid batteries can be extraordinarily fiddly, particularly if you have poor eyesight or arthritic fingers. The stories go on and on of the work that these amazing men and women did. Often those volunteers were newly retired people, but not all of them. Some of them managed to fit it in around their other commitments. They are extraordinary people, ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and our country owes volunteers a great debt. Interestingly, and in my opinion wrongly, the word volunteer is creeping into the life and language of the church. We use the word volunteer to describe the work we do in the church and our relationship to the church. And when I hear it, as increasingly I feel as if I am hearing it, I want to shout out, no, no, you're not a volunteer, you're a disciple. Or no, no, they're not volunteers, they're disciples. What we do, who we are, and the way we relate is an expression of who we are in Jesus. So the things that we do in the life of the church and the way we do it are expressions of that relationship with God in Jesus. So whether we're paid or unpaid, whether we're in a role or not in a role, we are primarily disciples. The things we do for people, for the church, the roles we undertake are an expression of our love and our service of God and of our neighbour. So, to quote a 1970s comedy programme, mind your language. Let's stop using the word volunteer to describe those of us who are in a relationship with Christ. To be a volunteer is to do an amazing thing. To be a disciple is something even greater.